Hi everyone, Cubics Data Recovery, and I'll show you today how we're going to change the connector on a drive controller. So this one got the SATA connector broken off, like this part, but not exactly on this side. It actually broken on this side. It looks intact, but it is not. Like the pins can go like this. There is no plastic part inside. So let's try to see, maybe it's better. You see how it's damaged. So what we're gonna remove the whole front part, take it from this one. It's a different controller that doesn't work, but we can just pull the pull the connector out, and same thing with this one, pull this one out and then replace it. So let's get it running. Let's move it a little bit to the side. So while it warms up, we're just gonna put it on a pause. We're back. It's getting warmed up. I'm gonna add up a little bit of a top heat too, so we can get it done quicker. It will be a minute or so before we can continue. I'm gonna put it on a pause again. Alright, so we're taking it off. There we go. I should have done it with my hands, but it's okay. Can't grip it with the tweezers properly. So let's cool it off. Then we're gonna get a different one. So we got one off, which is this one. Now we're gonna get this one done. We're gonna take the same way, put it in here and detach the front connector and then put it back on there. So I'm gonna put on a little pause here while it's cooling off. Alright, second one goes on. Get a little flux here. Alright, let's get it warmed up and going. Alright, let's check if it's melted or not. It's a little bit more, but we can start wiggling it in a few. I'm gonna move the top heater off so we can see what's going on here. Let's see. Yeah. I'm running it in a manual mode. That's why I'm doing it this way. Okay, let's try to get it off. There we go. Let's cool it off. and then we're gonna manually put it back on. The reason why I'm not doing it right away is because it's really tight. I don't want to mess up the connectors, so I'm gonna put manually when it's cooling off back on the board and then solder it basically manually back on. I like manual mode. Reliable. Be back in a few. Alright, so this is the board that had bad connector on it. And this is the good one. So we're gonna merge them together and place them back on. Just gotta make sure they all match fine. Let's check it under the microscope. It's going to be more convenient though on the scope. Alright, so here we are looking through the scope and we need to align the pins. Okay, now they seem to be a little more straight up, so let's push it back in. There we go. A little more. Yeah, we gotta get all those in. So this is the Western Digital drive. Usually the connector is much smaller on the Seagates or the, depending on the model, of course, there are different models, but they start making these whole big things. Alright, I think we're not fitting here. So let's get this pushed in a little. So I have a feeling this one doesn't go in. So we gotta figure out that one out. Oh yeah, it's a little sticky out. So this side went all the way in, and these two don't want to go in. Let's get them pushed down a bit. Alright, let me figure this one out. Usually it just slides in there, but that's why I say it's really tight. That's why I pulled it with my hands, not with my tweezers. Because it sits tight and now it comes in real tight too. Alright, let me get it back in a couple seconds. Okay, so I found out the reason why it's not going back in. It's because there's a bunch of flux solidified in this slot. You see this one is really clean. There is nothing wrong with this one. Let me get the sharper ones. See, this one is clean. This one is all stuff up with the flux. So we're gonna get this out. and slide it back on. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. I gotta lower it down. All right. We can warm it up and get it a little softer, but we'll do it later. I'll get the major stuff first off this way, and then the rest of it is gonna get cleaned off. Okay, I'm not gonna make you sit and wait until I get it done, so let me put it on pause and then I'll get back when it's done. Got a little bit of solution added here that dissolves the flux, so it's a little easier to get it out without heating it up. This gotta be the manufacturer flux, because my flux is different, like mine does not solidify like that. There's different type of fluxes, you know, some of them are more acidic, other one are less. Some of them have different flow rate, like a viscosity, different temperatures. So got to figure out which one you like and which one you don't. All right, let me get a little solution here and I'll get back when it's cleaned. Okay, I think it's clean enough to try to put it back on there. Okay. Let's try to push it back on. Yeah, no, it's still tight, but it should be tight. So yeah, this one is all the way in. This one is too. Alright, so now we can get those contacts back on. I'm gonna do it manual. I'm not gonna do it through the reflow machine. It's gonna be much easier. Alright, so I got them soldered in, so basically it went like this with a soldering iron. And now I'm gonna check if they're all intact and there are no loose contacts here. So we're gonna try to wiggle them a little bit. Yeah, this one is loose. The board is so thick it sucks in the heat real quick. So you got to be, this one is good, this one is good, good. These are all good. Okay, let's get the saddle ones. Alright, so yeah, this one is good. Funny thing is, this one is ground that didn't get attached, and this one is ground that didn't get attached. And the ground is the one that usually takes all the heat in. Let's see if these two, we got a little mover here. We gotta get this one back. That's why it's important to inspect it after the soldering. So we're gonna get these two elements. It's not critical, we can leave them on, but they're so crooked, I don't like how they look like. A little more heat. Alright, one is back. Let's get the other one. Come on. The ground is close, so it's taking this heat up. It's getting there. Alright. Good. So these are straight up. Let's get the ground soldered in. Ground is in. Let's get the last one. Was this last one that didn't want to go in? There we go. Now it's in. Alright, let's cool it off and get the drive fired up. Alright, so let's get the controller back on. Let me get a screwdriver. Alright, let's see if the drive will power on. Alright, let's see if it will pop up over here once I connect it. There we go. All good. Thanks for watching. Got questions, call us. Need data recovery, call us as well. Free consultation. Take care and do the backup.